Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I will keep working on my market master indicator. I won't be adding any new features though. I will solely dedicate this video to basically upgrading and updating the source code I have so far, and yeah, so that will be it. Even though the readability of my code isn't that bad, I think, there are certainly some things that I can improve. So how I like to handle basically the code structure with more complex projects is that I like to create a lot of functions and then basically only call those functions on the main in this case on calculate function, and if it were an EA on tick function. Okay, so that's what I will do. Okay, so let's start. So I think I will start like at the top, and I will scroll down, and when I see something I can improve, I just will. So the first thing here that I see that I can improve or I can update is this color scheme. So if you have seen the previous videos, if you have seen the trend filter video, you know that we use a new background that is basically based on the actual trend. So when we are in an uptrend, the candlesticks are green. When we are in a downtrend, the candlesticks are red. This is a nice idea, but for some people it not might be ideal. So what I will do now is that I will basically add an option to disable the trend filter. So for example, if you are someone who doesn't like trend filters, or if you think it's useless, you can turn it off and use the normal background, let's say. So I will comment this out because I can basically, I can have two of these, but I will update the colors in here. So I will put here color white and also this color right here. Okay. So then what I will do is that I will scroll down to the trend analysis settings, and I will, at the top of it, I will create a bool variable called input allow trend filter, which will be equal to true by default. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So now basically I can turn off the trend filter, and if I do turn off the trend filter, the candlestick basically should look normal. So what I have to do now is that I have to basically go here. So this is the code where I update the candlestick's color based on something, and in this case it's based on the current trend. So I have to update this. So the only what I can do is that I can say, so if equals false, so if I don't want to use the trend filter, I will update the candlesticks based on this, but I have to update the indexing, so it's 0.2, 3, and 4, okay, and else I can do this. Okay, so it's very simple fix, but effective in my opinion. Okay, so when I update this and I go back here, let me just open the indicator. So for example, I don't know, Euro USD. Let me find the indicator, it's right here. So let's deploy it. So now the trend filter is turned to true. Therefore I can see basically, or the candlesticks change based on the current trend. And if I go here and I turn this to false, you can see that now basically, yeah, it looks, it doesn't use the trend filter. So now the candlesticks are the normal candlesticks based on the color scheme I picked earlier. Okay, so this is the first thing I wanted to update. So let's go back inside my code and let's scroll up here. So this is basically dealt with. I can delete this and we can continue. So resource, everything's okay here. Zigzag handles, this is okay. I will delete this DTR handle because I'm not using the DTR indicator anymore. And I think a nice thing to do could be that all of the resources will be at one place. Yeah, all of the includes will be at one place. So right under the resource, and all of the handles will be also at one place. Okay, so now I like basically see everything more clearly, let's say. So these are the buffers, they can stay here. And actually what I can also do is that I can do this. So I can just type resources. So I can add these, I can add these comments just so I like know what's happening. Yeah, so handles, simple. So here we have the buffers, and let's continue to the inputs. So I'll just do something like this, and I think I don't need to add any comments to the inputs because it's pretty self-explanatory. Like here you can see the label for the inputs below. So this is important price levels, settings, then you have trend analysis settings and POS settings. And I think I can change this to the uppercase because it's like the name of the section, and settings will be lowercase with the starting letter here. Yeah. So I think this is okay. Prefix. Let's keep it here and the integer trend. So let's delete this thing and let's static variables. Let's call it static variables. So now we have the buffers here, which is okay. So I will leave it here, and then we have these. Then we basically use the iCustom functions for the indicators, and it's UTA and zigzag. So we need both of these indicators, so we have to keep it here. But I think I can like put this inside a function, so in case I need more custom indicators, I only call one function on init function, and basically the action is happening inside my function. So let's do it. So let's scroll down here and let's just create function get or initialize handles, or how to call this? Let's say initialize indicators. Yeah, I think that's pretty okay explanation or name for the function. And now let's just take this, copy, delete, paste here. Everything's okay. Let's take this function and let's call it here. Okay, so perfect. So everything's perfect. So set visual is already a function, so I will leave it like this. So then I can delete these comments here. I can delete this as well. So on calculate function. So we have a bunch of variables here that basically I should do something with this. Yeah, so I should do something with this. So we start with the static date time, last date time. So since it's static, I can take this and put it inside my static variables section. Yeah. Then I have datetime, current datetime, integer day shift bar, double. I think I can leave it here. Like I don't think it's necessary for me to put all of these variables outside of this uncalculate function. I think it can stay inside, and this is okay with me. The only thing I can do is that I can give it like initial values. That's like the best practice, let's say. So even though it's like it doesn't do anything, basically in this case, let's just do it like this. So then we go here and we have I will delete this and I will stick with this static integer I equals to 500. So this 500 can be changed. So this is something I should make as an input, I guess, because for example, if you are interested only in the last, let's say, 2 days, you don't need to calculate that much of the indicator values. Yeah, you only need to calculate a few. So yeah, so what I will do here is that I will go up here to the inputs. I will create a new group called general settings. And here the first input will be calculate for bars, which will be equal to, by default, 5000. Okay, so now I will take this value here and I will do rates total minus this value. So this is basically my starting value. I hope I also have to be aware of the possibility that basically this calculate for bars value is higher than the rates total value, and this number would be negative, which I cannot allow, because in that case I cannot use the indicator. And I also have to keep some space for the zigzag indicator. If you have seen the previous video, like I have one issue there with the zigzag indicator and this specific line. So what I will do is that I will check. So if rates total minus calculate for bars is below, let's say 300, which will be basically the minimum level. So if this is below, I will assign it value of 300. Otherwise, I can assign it this value. Yeah, so this should basically take care of that problem. So now let me just demonstrate what I did here. So let me just open this, reset. So now I am using the trend filter, and let's just say that I want to calculate this for the last 500 bars. Okay, so I will change this to 500. Click on OK. Yeah, so now you can see that basically, if I check it, this is 500 bars, as you can see. Yeah, so after the 500 bars, I don't do anything. I don't calculate the values for the indicator. And now let's just check this. So if I input there any crazy number, so this is obviously higher number than I can use, so I will just click on OK. It still works because I have this in here. Okay, so I check basically the value, and if the value is too large, I give it 300. So that's what I did here. So now you can so you can basically decide you can decide for yourself. So this is also a good update. So let's continue. So then this is our main for loop. Shift, I should define the shift in here. So let's do shift is equal to 0 by default. And I will just update the value here. So shift is equal to this, day shift bar is equal to this, current day time is equal to this. This is okay. Then I call trend analysis shift and get zigzag data shift. So this is also okay as well. Okay, so then basically I get here. So this is so inside of this if else statement, I basically draw the levels. Okay, so I think I should turn this into a function as well, because it takes a lot of space here, and I think the code would be more readable if this were inside one function that I can call. So let's check it. So what will I need to do? So last date time, current date time, day shift. Okay, so let's just start with something, and I will see like how far I can get. So void create daily levels. Okay, so it will require some arguments, which I will specify later. Now, the only thing I will do is that I will just take this code and I will paste it here. Okay, so now I will compile this and I will get a bunch of errors that I can deal with. So yeah, 51 errors. So let's just scroll up here, and the first error is current date time. So obviously I need an input for the current date time. Okay, so by doing this I decrease the number of errors to 37. So let's scroll up here and let's check. So the next error is day shift bar. Yeah, so I need one more positional argument, which will be day shift bar. I hope I remember the data types of these values correctly. If not, I will change it later. So now I reduce the errors to 36 errors. So now daily high. Okay, so now what I can do, instead of like daily high, instead of using inputs, which I could, I can just take this here, copy and paste it here. Okay, so I reduce this to 24 errors, and it seems like the only error is that I am using time array, which is only defined, or it can be only used on the onCalculate function. And since this is outside the onCalculate function, I can't use it here. Now I know I don't remember exactly how it's done, but I can basically use this array if I use it as an argument which I pass by reference, I guess. So let me just Google this real quick. So MQL5 array input reference. So let's Google for yeah, arrays must be passed by a reference, not value. Yeah, that's for sure. I understand this, so, but I don't remember how to do it because I don't. Okay, so it seems like they can. Well, it should be very simple. I know I used it like. Okay, perfect. So this is it. Okay, so now I can just do this and let's change it. So constant, that stays the same, date time, time. So now it should be okay. And also okay, so I also need to do this and now it should be okay. So now we don't have any errors at all. So let's try this. So I will take this and I will delete it. And I will just call this create daily levels. So current date time is current date time. Day shift bar is equal to day shift bar time and I. Now there's one thing I have to check. So I update the last date time. Do you know what? I would have to paste this like by the reference as well because okay, I will define all of this outside onCalculate outside the onCalculate function. So now I don't need this. I can delete this. I can go here. I can delete this as well, and it should still work. Yeah, perfect. So now the question is, does it work the same or not? So let's go here, EURUSD. Let's open market master indicator and let's say, yeah, so let's click on OK, and it seems like it does work. Okay, perfect. So everything's okay. Everything works fine. So now let's also like check this levels day back feature. So let's go on the 10 days back, and it does work correctly as well. Perfect. So this is what I like to see. So we can move forward. So now basically the good thing is that on our onCalculate function, we only call these functions. Yeah, so it's very easy to read. Okay, so this is everything's okay. I think we don't have to change anything inside the actual functions, okay, because the only thing I can do is that I can, or no, let's leave it there. Like, I don't think I have to change anything inside of the functions because first of all, they work. And the second reason is that I won't be working with them anymore, okay? So they are just there and I won't be using, or most of those functions I won't be using anymore. So I don't have to do anything with them. There's one more thing I would like to change or update, and that is an option to disable the BOS. Okay, so it's the same thing as with the trend filter or with the important price levels. The user should have an option basically to disable the BOS in the case he doesn't or she doesn't want to use it. So let's do so input bool input show BOS is equal to true, and now we just take this here. Let's go here. So this is our BOS function, and let's say so if this is false, then return. Okay, so this should take care of the problem. So now what will happen if I go here and I say I don't want to see the BOS? Click on OK, and you can see BOS levels disappeared. So now you can see the highs and lows, you can't see anything, so perfect. So I guess this is all for this video. Now the onCalculate function looks nicely. Yeah, nice, clean, easy to read. Functions are okay as well. I think everything's simple pretty much. This is okay as well. Yeah, so if you have any recommendations like how to improve the readability of the code or what should I add or even remove, tell me in the comment section. And this is the end of the video, I guess. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.